Alright, welcome to another Matthumanpizza video. In this video we're going to be removing the front brakes disc. They look like that. Well, actually they look like that. Alright, so without further ado, alright, prop up the hood, let's get to it, let's do it. First thing you want to do is take this off and take out some fluid because you'll be depressing the brake piston. Jack your car up. Alright, block your back wheel up. The opposite one you'll be working on. And then let's get to it. Let's do it. These are the tools you'll need. I got a book for reference, step by step, some sockets. And let's get the tire off and get it raised up, and I will be back with you. Oh, and don't forget the brake spray. Digital micrometer to check check crap. Jacked up with the jack. It's time to remove that tire. I already loosened the lug nuts, and I got a special guest, PB Blaster. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Alright, we're in. So the first thing you want to do is look at your tire. Wow, what a great tire. Next thing you want to do is get some brake cleaner. Shake it up and just spray away, because these disc brake pads is what you're going to be removing, so you don't want any dust. Alright, now it's time for the next step. Alright, if it's applicable, use a C-clamp to push in the piston and do it a little bit at a time, pushing the piston. That way you can be able to take off the brake pad, but I don't think this model's applicable, so I'm just going to start removing it by removing the lower mounting bolt. Alright, I needed a 15mm socket and a 19mm wrench. Just like so. And then take that lower mounting bolt off. Alright, I meant to say 14. Yeah, 14mm socket. And then the wrench was 19. Probably 18, 19. Okay, now you pivot the caliper up, and then you want to hold it with with something. So make sure you don't bend that brake line back there too much. So I'm going to hold it with something, so hold on. Get it? I am using my tripod to hold up the caliper. So next thing you want to do is remove the inner brake pad. Alright, and then remove the outer brake pad, and be sure you remember exactly where everything goes, especially these stupid things right here, the shims. But the ones I got have built-in shims, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. But make sure you get them on correctly. So take the pictures and have fun. Alright, I apologize if this isn't steady because I'm using my tripod to hold up the caliper. But the method I use, I already have this pulled out, but the method I use is put just a screwdriver and just tap the end off. Oh man, alright. If you look at this brake pad, you can see where both the pistons pushed against it. And you can see how worn this brake pad is. There's a hole right here, but don't worry about that. But look at that, see that? So now I gotta get the there's shims on here, which is retarded, but I gotta get this off now, the outer. Alright, I had to spray some more brake cleaner because that was getting kind of filthy, and brake cleaner is cool because it already dried. But now I need to pop this end off, and I'll do that here in a minute. Okay, so there's the new pads, and just look for this thing right here. They're opposite. So this is the old pad. So match them up. Alright, so that matches up. Looks like the piston's going to be hitting here and here, just like it did here and there. And then the other side will be the actual pad. And there's the built-in shim. And then let's put it on there, shall we? Alright, let's get the inner one on. Alright, now you put the new one on. And if your shims are good, I mean, replace them if you can. If you can't, then this just slides right on. Slides right in there. Nice snug fit. And the calipers just, they squeeze. And they're a lot of fun. There they are. There's one caliper. I mean, caliper. Yeah, the piston. The piston just squeezes. So there's the piston. There's two of them. Numero uno and numero dos. So got the outer pad on, and now it's time to get the inner pad on. And these shims, make sure you get them back on right. New ones, old ones, whatever. And then make sure you get the correct one of these, because that thing's very important, it seems. Alright, now you want to clean your bolts with thread locking compound. Alright, the shims or bracket to pad retainers, which I think what these are. Clean those up, get them nice and clean, and then clean inside this pinhole, and just get all nice and clean and lubed up. And then I'm going to have to depress this piston with a C-clamp. So I'm going to get ready to do that. It's basically just clamping it down, you know what I'm saying? Just getting in there and clamping. I want to do that. Alright, I got my C-clamp. Now I'm pushing the piston that way. That way I can push the caliper down and it'll fit on there. So let me get that done. Make sure you check the brake reservoir as you're doing this, and suck out fluid if you need to, because it'll be going up as I'm depressing this piston. Alright, they're pushed in there. Now it's time to get these bad boys on. Oh, I still got to depress the piston a little bit more. Alright. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Then it's start down here, pushing this part. Pushed it in right there. Line that hole up, and then put that bolt on, and you are almost good to go. Make sure you keep on checking the reservoir. Alright, it just moved up a little bit. I didn't even have to take any out, so make sure you get those pistons out and then get that in, get all cleaned up. I'm burping, and you're almost done. Off to the other side. Make sure you do both sides. The front, this is the front right. Make sure you do the front and left after this. On the front left side now, same bat time, same bat place. Jacking it up. Got my safety jacking, and then I got my jack. Get this tire off and just do the same thing on the other side. Make sure everything just works slowly, and read a manual. Even though I've done it a bunch of times, just get a manual. Haynes manual is great, or whatever. Oh, just have a great old time. I got a block down here because I'm in the grass, so the jack's underneath the block, and then whatever. So let's get it done. Yeah, I'm at 17 millimeter wrench and a 14 millimeter socket. So I said, damn, that bolt didn't want to leave. I had to put a flathead screwdriver in there and pop the stupid bolt out. Look at that, it didn't want to leave. Here's old, here's new. So you get old, new. So the other side, I didn't have to suck fluid out, but this side I do. So I did the straw technique where you put the thumb over top of this tube. You put the tube down inside there, and it's really cool. I had to ask my wife. I was like, what do I do? Well, I don't have any suction devices. She's like, here, take this, and you put it in there, and then you plug it up, and then you're able to pull liquid out, and then you transfer to whatever container you got, such as this. Alright, got the pistons, both pistons pushed in. Now it's time to put the new pads on, outer first, inner last, and then get them all seated, and then push the caliper down. This one I held that with the tripod too, so nice and good. So I'm gonna make that be my thumbnail.